to listen to the man, the myth, and the legend, Barry Habib. Barry, you fired up for Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm really excited to do this, team. We're going to have a good time together. But most importantly, I think what we'll try and do is really solve some problems out there. I've always found that if I could relieve points of friction, that I could gain exponential growth. So I've been able to do that in some businesses and some endeavors. But it really feels good to solve problems. You know, when people encounter a point of friction, what they typically do is they complain, they piss and moan. But if you could solve those points of friction, you can find your money in the streets and you can find exponential growth. And right now, there's a lot of them, and we're going to be addressing them. So one of them is going to be the housing bubble. You continuously hear this. I'll show you all the headlines when we get on the calls together, but it is everywhere, and it's been going on for years. So we're going to take it apart step by step. We're going to talk about affordability. We're going to talk about demographics. We're going to talk about inventory. We're going to talk about all of these things that are misconstrued, especially in the media, and make sure that you're the go-to person that can provide the answers for them. And we're going to be showcasing a lot of the tools within MBS Highway. So when your realtor partners see this, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I need that. Well, they can have it if they deal with AmeriFirst. Now, in addition to that, we're going to be talking about things like time, things like what motivates you, how to be more efficient with your time and more effective. People talk about managing time. I don't know how you can manage time. That darn second hand just keeps going. I can't stop it, right? But what I can do is with the same time that I have, I can be more effective. And that's what we really want to focus on. There's ways to do that. I'm going to give you scripts. I'm going to give you questions to ask. We're going to give this to your real estate partners too, to help them make them more effective. We're going to be talking about ways for them also to solve other issues and understand the financial markets better. You know, there's obviously issues with inventory. What can we do to help overcome that? There's issues with discouraged buyers. How can we get that big problem for real estate agents to be solved by all of you folks at AmeriFirst with the right tools? Because it's disheartening. They've got somebody, they've taken them out for 2 or 3 weekends, wasted a lot of energy and time. And the customer says, well, I can't find something, I'll come back in 6 months. What we have to articulate that while you might be on the sidelines, the housing market isn't. So we're going to go over ways for you to show them why they need to stay engaged and maybe why they need to bid a little bit more. Now, speaking of bidding a little bit more, there's 2 issues with that. First is, how do you quantify that? Right now, according to Redfin, 55% of transactions are bid over asking price. So while not everyone is, then a pretty good, healthy chunk of the market sees that. And even if it's not bidding over asking price, a lot of times you have competing bids. So how can we show that buyer, that's your client, that's the realtor's client, that they should come up in offers? Well, we've got ways to do that, ways to quantify that, ways to articulate how much money the home will be worth in the future so they can see the opportunity ahead. And they're not thinking myopically, they're thinking big picture, big opportunity. But also, we're going to answer the question they need to know if they're bidding over asking price. Nobody wants to pay full asking price, but the question they need to ask is, hey, if I'm going to bid more than asking price, they don't even know this, but we'll teach them what they should be thinking about is, how long will it take till the home catches up, till the home is equivalent to what I'm paying for it so that I'm a break even. And in addition to that, did I lose you there? Okay, here we go. In addition to that,
No, we got you back.
The other aspect is we need to be able to show the customer that in the future, here's what it'll go to. And then there's problems with people not being able to have enough cash due to the fact that even if they do and can qualify to bid over asking price, I know you all know this, but what if we know that the mortgage is based on the appraisal or the purchase price, whichever is lower. What if they're just short a little bit of cash? They want to do it, they qualify to do it, but they just need more cash. I'm going to show you how to come up with cash out of thin air that does not have to be repaid. When your realtors see that you have the ability to do this, they're going to get excited. So there's going to be that and a whole heck of a lot more. All I wanted to do was jump on and say hi. I'm not going to give you spoilers on everything, but I will tell you this, your realtors will be happy that they joined, and you guys should get as many as you can to get on the call, because they're going to know that you'll be the one to solve their problems, relieve their points of friction, give them exponential growth, and you should be handsomely